Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jamie, your crafty DIY guy. Welcome to my channel. If you are brand new here, I would love for you to become a brand new subscriber of mine. So please hit that subscribe button wherever that button happens to be. And if you're one of my regulars, thank you guys so much for coming back. I appreciate it. If you love everything farmhouse, modern farmhouse decor, we've got the project for you today. I'm going to show you 3 different projects in this one video, and you're going to love it. It's very, very easy stuff to a medium range thing and to kind of a little, but it's not really hard either. So I don't know what the is as far as the skill level goes, but I did it. So if I can do it, you can do it. All right, let's get started. For our very first project, we're going to take 2 of these Dollar Tree pillar candles. I can find these pretty regularly in my stores. Hopefully everybody else can as well. You're also going to need 2 of these glass pillars, the kind of the ones with the fluted bottom. You're going to simply just take some hot glue, glue them straight on top of the candle holders. Like, this DIY could not be any easier, guys. Like, you're literally just going to repeat the process on the second one, and you have 2 beautiful candle holders that are perfect for any decor. You could put different colored candles in them. You can really do a lot with these. And for project number 2, you're going to need one of these Dollar Tree signs. You're going to need a sheet of burlap. I was able to grab mine at Michael's. You're going to grab the ever-popular windmill wind chime and also some wood letters from Dollar Tree. You're going to notice that your burlap sheet is a little bit shorter than your Dollar Tree sign, and that's okay. Just go ahead and rip that off, that bow off the top. You're going to flip this over because we're going to use this backside, and you're going to just trim it with your straight edge. So I just grabbed my straight edge and just figured out approximately how much I needed to cut off. And then I simply just scored it with my pen and went back through and tried to find my clippers, but I couldn't. So instead, I just grabbed my Dollar Tree tool here, and it worked pretty well. And then I took my board outside and just sprayed it down with some Gorilla Glue. This is an adhesive. It's best to use this outside for sure. I just made sure I had a nice thick coat on it, as you can see here, and just went ahead and then glued my burlap sheet right on top of it. Once I had it laid where I wanted it, I just smoothed it out and then left it in the sun to dry. While that was drying, I went inside and started to paint my letters. I just simply grabbed some of the blue and gray chalk paint to kind of pull out those colors that I was seeing in that windmill, and then just kind of blotted it on, almost like a sponge brush technique. And then as I was kind of doing my letters, I liked the way some of that blue was being picked up in those letters. So I started adding some to my windmill as well, just to kind of bring some of that blue color up into that. And then just slowly kind of, again, dabbing on some of the gray, dabbing on some of the light blue, and just kind of keeping this all within the same color family. I really like the way that this turned out. And then once my burlap had dried, it was time to go ahead and just trim away the excess here. You are going to be folding over the edges here. You don't want to trim down your burlap because it will start to fray if you do that. So I just simply folded over the edges and then put some hot glue on them. And then for the next part, it was time to put that windmill down in the center. I just simply glued those down with some hot glue and then replaced that center cap as well. And then I went through each one of the kind of fan blades here and just made sure that there was a little bit of hot glue under each one of those as well. That way I had some really good contact with everything. I wanted to make sure that everything was solid and nice and dry. So I did hold this down a little bit until the glue started to dry a little better. And then I did put a paint can on top of it to help hold that windmill to that burlap. And then at one point, I thought it was a smart idea to use my paint can as a rolling pin. I'm glad that that paint can didn't open up on me. And then it was time to go ahead and glue my letters down. I kind of spaced them out first, kind of figured out where they were going to go, and then started to glue them down, working my way from the center O, and then doing the M, and then so far. After my sign was done, I thought that it needed a little bit of color, so I decided to go ahead and do a floral spray along the bottom here. I just simply tied some boxwood together along with some wildflowers and just did a quick twined bow. And this is what the finished product looks like. I really love this, and I think it's going to be the perfect welcome to my home when my guests arrive. And then for my most favorite project to date, I took 2 hula hoops, a small child-sized one and an adult one. I also grabbed a set of dessert plates from Dollar Tree. These come in an 8-pack and they're typically clear. This gold one was just left over from an old project that I had. I also grabbed some oversized popsicle sticks. I was able to get these on Amazon. And then a tomato cage from Dollar Tree as well. And then you can have some embellishments or twine. I ended up not using them. Then first thing you're going to do is remove this foil sticker from your hula hoops. This is a little tedious, but once you get it going, it does move pretty fast. And you're just going to continue to pull all this off. And you'll see here in a second, your hula hoops will separate, and that's totally fine. You actually need to do that because you want to get rid of those little beads that are inside there, and then simply just use electrical tape and tape it back together. And then I laid my 2 rings kind of out, and then I took my tomato cage bars and just cut them down to size so they would fit within the circle, the smaller circle, and then just did a crisscross formation. And then I hot glued my gold plate in the center on the top. I actually didn't film this part, but I think you kind of get the idea. And then I laid out my numbers. I started off with 3, and then 6, and then 9 and 12. And then as I worked my way around the clock, I finished the numbers kind of like you see here, and just kind of started gluing everything down with some hot glue. I then flipped this over and I took my remaining tomato bars and just cut them down into smaller sizes to help brace the outer ring. I took everything outside after the hot glue had dried and did 3 coats of a light black. It's a 3 light coats of paint. I used a black hammered spray paint for this. And this is what my farmhouse clock looks like on my mantle. I am obsessed. I absolutely love this. And then I decided to take it outside because I thought it would look really good on the side of my house as some front porch decoration. All right, you guys, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, and please remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.